Hey everyone, Craig Williams here, back again with another video. In this video I am going to attempt to show you a little bit behind a trap beat. I've had a lot of emails and stuff like that, and I thought I'd just have a quick listen to a couple of tracks and see what they're doing, and hopefully be able to explain to you some of the little techniques and stuff that they're using and stuff like that, so you guys can use it in your own production. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I don't make this music. I listen to it a little bit, but not too much. Just obviously what I hear out the clubs and stuff like that. I mainly sort of make techno and stuff like that. So all I did was just have a listen to sort of the more dance orientated trap stuff, and then obviously I went back and had a listen to the original sort of Dirty South hip hop trap sort of stuff as well, and then sort of had a listen to what they're doing. And for the most part, it is just 808s that are processed pretty heavily, and just lots of really cool rhythms. So even if you don't make trap, you can use some of these techniques for stuff like the hi-hats and obviously and the other drums in your own tracks, and hopefully be able to add a little bit more to it. So this is just some really simple beat that I made, and then I'll go through each part. So as you can hear, there's sort of lots of going on. I just wanted to do lots of different hi-hat patterns because that's where a lot of the cool stuff is when it comes to drums. So first up is obviously the main thing that you'll get most of your bass from. Well, for most of the tracks you hear, a lot of the bass comes from an 808 kick or something along those lines, whether they've made it with the synth or stuff like that. So this one, all I've done is use one of the 808 samples that I've got from my drum machine. And if you want this sample, you can head over to my Facebook page and download the whole sample pack. And then you'll have the 808 samples plus a whole bunch of other analog synth samples that I made. So I've just put that into Contact, and it started off like that, and as you can hear, the tail's cut off pretty sharply. So, and I also made it the voices down to 1, so it's a mono, so none of the notes overlap, otherwise you start getting you can hear at the end of the tail it starts to overlap a little bit. From there I just added a little bit of EQ, just took out the low end, the low lows, added this to trans exit sort of, I've got it so it's more punch, it just adds, it's kind of like a, I guess it's like a multi-band compressor sort of thing. It's just adding a little bit more punch. You can do that with a multi-band compressor. I just found that I get pretty good results with this. After that is a PSP vintage warmer. So if I take these, you'll be able to hear. You can hear it's really low and there's not much sort of character to it. So tighten it up there with the EQ. Lots more click and attack with the Trans X. Then with the PSP, I want the tails to be drawn out more, and I want more bass in it. So with this, I've just added a little drive and a lot of knees, so we get, and it also dirties it up a little bit because the sample that I made is fairly clean. And then just wanted a limiter on the end, just so in case it goes a little bit crazy. And all I've got is sort of the halftime feel, so similar to a dubstep, sort of drum pattern. I've just got it at 140 BPM. The next one I've got Snare, and that's just from the Audio Realism drum machine, and I've pretty much just been using all 808 samples for this. I found that that's what most of the guys are using, and it's really easy to explain to you guys. And then just a little bit of EQ and reverb on there, and then just going along and playing it. And the best thing you can do is just listen to a bunch of like the sort of the trap hip hop or trap dance or whatever it is. I'm not sure of the correct name, so please don't sort of get at me about it. But just listen to as much trap and hip hop and stuff as you can, and listen to the little fills and stuff that they do, and you try and pull them into your tracks, because it's those little details that might not seem like much, but that really adds to the track, especially when you've got such simple drums. The little fills and stuff like that throughout the track really helps keep the listener interested in what's going on. So for this one, I just bounced down some of the snares, and then I just put a little. I come along and put the fade tool on, and then pitched it down just to add a little bit more to it. And then lastly, we've got the hi-hats. Now, this is where a lot of sort of in some styles of trap, where a lot of the drive of the track comes along. So the way that you program your hi-hat pattern is how fast the track feels like it's going. Obviously, you're not going to be changing the BPM, but you can definitely change the feel of the track by the way that you place your hi-hats. And this is for all styles of music. I use it a lot in techno, that you can switch from 8th note to 16th, and it really gives the track a feeling like it's going faster. So again, I just used the Audio Realism. Got a little bit of EQ on there, and I've got the PSP saturator just to help push the hats through the mix a little bit. So if we play it with the track, so you can hear for that first part, it's just really simple, and I've just got it as an 8th note there, with a little fill at the end, little turnaround there. And then if we go to the next one, I've got it so it's a 16th. So if we go from the 8th into the 16th, you'll hear the change, and you'll hear the feel will change in the track. So it feels like it picks up a little bit. Next one, I've got the 8th again at the start, and then actually I've got, it's like a kind of a triplet note pattern. Mute that. So if we bring them together, bring them up. So for the first half, I've got kind of a triplet pattern, and then for the second half, I've just kind of gone along and made a combination between the different patterns to sort of fit in with the drums, and then I've got this little turnaround fill at the end. So this one, it's sort of like, it feels like it's skipping forward, and then this one, it feels like it speeds up, and then with the fill at the end, it speeds up a little bit more. If you listen to Uzi's tracks, he does this a lot, and really helps add a little bit more to the track. Obviously, there's a bunch more people that do it, but that's the one that I listen to, and I can really hear it in there. So this is another one that you'll hear in a lot of styles, is the super quick hi-hat pattern. So I've just come along, gone to 64th notes, and then drawn them in and got it to so you get that sort of ripping hi-hat pattern. So as you can hear there, just simple little fills, and can help break the track up a little bit and give it something more. And then lastly, what have I done in this one? So on this one, I've just got, it's pretty much the same pattern as we've done on the first turnaround at the end of the first 4-bar section, but on the kick, I've just got the same pattern and then just pitched it up. Again, with the samples, I've got it so it goes through one whole octave, so when you guys are mucking around and stuff with the samples, you can put 1 octave worth of the kick drum into your sampler and play around with it. So in a nutshell, that's kind of about it. I've been getting sent a couple of tracks, and I find that they're the biggest problems: having a big enough kick that punches through the mix enough, having lots of cool little fills and stuff like that on your hi-hats, on your snare, sorry, and then obviously hi-hats dictating the speed and the feel of the track to help obviously push it along or give it the slowed down halftime feel. Obviously, there's a lot of other elements that go into to making trap, and if you guys into it, I can. If you just leave some comments below that you want me to keep going, I can look at some of the synths that guys like etc and Uzi and stuff like that, and how they use the synth patterns to help drive the track along. Because while I was listening to it, I found it kind of interesting that while most dance music uses drums and percussion to move the beat along, the new styles of trap and stuff is using the synths in as a percussive sort of element to help push it along. So that's about it for now. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to head over to Facebook, give it a like, and obviously pick up your samples so you can have the exact same samples as I've just used now. And also follow me on SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, all those good social networking sites. And until next time, see you later.